Are we live?
We are. What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Welcome to the Evil Recap. We're talking Season 3, Episode 1, the Season 3 premiere. And I'm Larice. This is Walt. And
Hi.
we have Justin back.
Woo.
And we are live. So
Hi.
I know a couple people will be joining and probably have some questions. So Walt's going to be monitoring my YouTube over here.
Oh, I am.
You are?
Oh, crap.
What did you do? Did you open up the actual...
I don't know what I did.
Do you need help?
I was trying to find the... maybe I have to refresh this.
All right.
Am I supposed to be the technically proficient one here?
No, I gave you a actual thing. I gave you...
live now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So share.
Where's share? Share. Get shareable link.
There you go.
Okay.
So this is where we ended at season 2. Right?
I'm still sharing.
Yeah.
Wait.
What are you doing? Not for me. Not for me. Are you sharing on? Oh.
No, that's the evil.
Oh, just say we're doing a live. We're doing a live.
We live now.
No, don't say that. We are doing a live.
Okay.
Or say we're live now.
We are live now.
Here, maybe I should. Okay, you know what? He needs help.
I can't. I have one contact in.
Excuse me, one second.
I'm like tight with one hand because I'm in this weird angle, and I'm like I have this contact in, so if I close my eye, I can kind of see far, and I can read if I close this eye. So this is my non-contact eye. So this is my nearsighted eye. That's my far-sighted, and both are mediocre at best.
All right.
You only use one contact?
Space. I'm supposed to be the one reading comments.
All right, just so you know, I put it on the.
Where are the comments?
Listen, I don't.
I turned 50.
I can see it.
Okay.
All right. I just put it on the thing.
I had a lot of garlic comments, so I apologize.
Why am I not seeing this though? I'm a little bit confused as to why we're not. Oh yeah, no, we're here. We're here. So this is how.
Where'd you go?
This is where we ended the end of last season, and we saw this happening, and Kristen and David, they were getting together and they gave us something and they took it away. But I wasn't tricked, Justin.
Will they? Won't they? I don't know.
I wasn't tricked. I was not tricked by this because I
See,
knew what was coming. It's too soon. It's too soon.
Yeah, but the thing was, I had hope. And you told me not to be hopeful, but I couldn't help but be hopeful.
Well, the thing is with writers, with the whole will they or won't they thing, they know the minute that they get these two leads together, if there's any sexual tension, the show just tends to go. So they got to keep building it up and building it up and building it up. But they don't just build it up. They like tease you and they pretend and then they like trick you and like go left and you think you're going right and you're like, oh, that's it, but it's not. So I knew something was up when this happened.
But they have to do it at some point, though. You think? I mean, they can't just keep teasing us with it.
She's a mother of 4 that's married, and he's a priest,
right? And that was awful timing. I mean, ethically, it's pretty messed up because. That's like really bad timing. Why can I get this open?
Like waiting to the wedding night.
He waited until he was actually became.
I was good at the bachelor party, but I cheated on my wedding night.
All right, yes. Comments over
We're
there.
live.
Yeah, you just look for comments over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
no, seriously.
But I hate Andy. And I love David. So can't we bend the rules a little bit?
But he was so annoying on that Australian show. He's great here.
Andy? I liked him better on that show, but we won't.
What character did he play on the Australian show?
He was the lead.
No way.
He's talking about the actor now, not the actual character.
The actor.
The actor's great.
Yeah,
the actor's phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
you just don't like the character.
The character got annoying.
I don't like the character. Yeah.
Oh hey Don, what's up?
Don, what's up, Mr. Kerr?
Here.
What's up?
We're stuck in a kiss that actually did happen. The kiss happened.
But did it?
No, the kiss definitely happened.
Yeah. I'm just going to try to be controversial.
She confirmed that the kiss. Kristen confirmed that the kiss happened. What happened after the kiss? was
But okay, so he, well, the kiss happened and the moving over to the bed happened, and then David stopped them. That is where it cut off.
he stopped them because he saw those crosses that were on her stomach because she was burning the crosses on her stomach, remember? And we still have no explanation as to why she was doing that, other than maybe she was possessed or obsessed or
is it like the thing where you like punish yourself?
Yeah, self-harming or penance. Yeah, penance. We talked about that a little bit. Well, he saw that and he realized, well, I've just become a priest. So he stopped, and suddenly she realized, and she was like, oh, but she had already taken her shirt off at this point. So she actually proceeded to get up. She's really embarrassed, right? And then she leaves. But she leaves and goes outside of his room, right? She goes out of his room.
She had a little bit of difficulty. She had some difficulty taking her shirt off. I did notice that. Like she struggled with it a little bit. And then when she finally got it off, she realized, oh, he's stopping this. And then that's why she was embarrassed.
But I don't think she noticed that he saw the crosses.
No.
She did not notice that part.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, she didn't, because I went back and looked at it. She's looking at him.
Okay.
Like, what's wrong? And then she realizes, oh, you're a priest. This is completely inappropriate. But what I thought was strange was that she left his room and went into the church.
Yeah, she's going
area.
through the vestibule.
Yeah,
topless.
She hadn't put her
bra.
shirt on
Yeah.
yet. So if anyone there, Sister Andrea, is like creeping in the halls, or
Andrea Martin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Or Gertrude.
Gertrude. They're going to see her putting her shirt on. Why would you not put your shirt on before you leave? I don't know. The whole thing was weird.
Are we trying to go in order here? Because I have questions about who came back in. I have these theories.
We're going in order. So
okay.
She puts on the shirt. We think she leaves, but we don't see her leave. This was the last we see of the real Kristen. And then the next thing we see is
real Kristen.
Him. He throws something. He's in the bedroom. David is mad. He's throwing something. He can't believe this, and he's just like realizing he's made a huge mistake. He's kind of feeling bad about himself. He's slunched over, and then something comes back in the room that we thought was Kristen, but it wasn't Kristen.
I think the way it snuck back in the room quietly was very telling that it wasn't really her. I thought right away it wasn't really her.
I was skeptical too, and also when she said, "Well, I need you to F me right now. I'm not leaving until you do," seemed kind of out of character for Kristen.
Sounds like a good Catholic girl, though.
I'll comment on that in a minute, but I first want to say that I did think it was her at first for like the first.
You hoped it was her
because no, I did think, well, yes, but the reason that I thought it was her was because she looked back at the door, and I thought, so maybe she went back inside, and then later, I was when it was fading away from the scene, I was like, wait a minute, it's not her, because that's the next morning, and it doesn't make sense for her to not spend the night with David right here, because this is nighttime. So
everything about her looks very different here. Her whole face, her whole attitude was just definitely a little bit more sinister than Kristen, although we have seen a little more sinister Kristen, especially last season.
But you know what was that?
Kristen,
now that we've seen that there's clearly a duplicate Kristen, maybe that wasn't Kristen at times.
She has an evil doppelganger now.
Maybe she does. Maybe it's Gertrude in disguise. Who knows?
Well, we'll get to that at the end of the episode.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Quick, Don, have you seen the episode? Or we should warn you about spoilers.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah. No, that was he thinks about it, and then they get together. Well, I left this on the same thumbnail for a very long time. Oh no.
when
we have to go back.
Before we cut to the next scene, right over here, she had said, "I want you to F me," and
that's what I'm saying.
I was like, "There's," and then I said, "But he should know that that's not her." Because she never spoke to him like that before.
That's why I was saying it was very out of character. It sounded extremely out of character.
Right.
For Kristen to
And
say
then
that. Because
someone
maybe if it had been like that other guy, the satanic guy, that's different because he's just that's all he was to her. David's more important.
Yes. I expected it to be a little bit more intimate than it was.
No. Yeah, I agree. That's why it seemed.
Oh no!
What?
We're spoiling it for Dawn.
Oh.
You were warned.
You've been warned.
Wait a minute. He hasn't seen it?
No, I guess Don, you haven't watched it. That's all right.
I want one of these coats. That's a great winter coat.
They really had. It reminded me of there's a company I worked for that everyone got orange coats, and they had a big warehouse out in Queens.
Was that the first dress? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, sure. That was a secret.
Yes, and we're live, so I can't really edit
I'm sorry.
Yeah, anyways.
Wait, what? Why was that a secret?
Yeah. It's not a secret. I was trying not to say the name of the company that I worked for a while back.
I'm a client.
It doesn't matter. Okay. You might have to go.
They made enough money off
to send Walt out of here.
No. I can go to the other room and start up the chat.
Yeah.
That's what I used to do on our X-Files podcast.
So let's talk about
Leland
this.
Approaches Lexus again, or any of you, you tell me. Not in a week, not in a day. You call me that very instant.
Ooh.
Which means we're not going to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Nope.
Good. Then give me a hug.
Hey, but we have to be quick.
Yes.
I love you. Really
now get to school.
Also, wait,
all right.
Teenagers, kids do exactly the opposite of what you tell them to do.
Yeah.
We got this.
They're like, sure, we'll do that.
Well, I'm going to need you to repeat what you just said because when the thing is playing, I can't hear you. So.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. No, I said we're going to do the exact opposite of what Mom says because that's what we do as kids and teenagers.
Yes. But I want to know why didn't they tell her about the whole Leland thing before? I mean, they all knew about it.
That's creepy.
Not sure.
I mean, it's obvious he looks like a pervert.
We're embarrassed.
Well, he was dating Grandma, remember?
That's true.
And he gave them their unicorn.
Yeah.
That's our new
journals.
grandpa.
Yeah. They didn't know. They don't know.
Well, they should have known.
So then, this is what I was talking about.
Yes, we're ready.
Tonight, we keep it at 43 degrees in here.
Are they looking?
So.
It's like the Letterman show.
Okay. We got to stay on topic, Walter.
It's cold at the Letterman show.
Okay, Walt, stop. Stay on topic.
It was a relevant
Walter,
analogy.
Please.
Okay.
I
will say David's better at putting a jacket on than Kristen was putting a shirt on.
Yes, that's true.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, this scene is a parallel to the. It's not. I apologize.
This scene is a weird setup because we actually have. It looks like an ice skating rink, but it's got like a coffin in the middle. I don't know. The whole company is weird. I didn't understand this at all because I feel like if you're gonna weigh someone before and after, you can just freaking weigh them. They need all this stuff, like this whole production.
Down to 1 septillionth of a gram.
I mean, there's got to be a reason for all of it.
And that'll tell you what.
You believe a human
Production.
body ends at death, correct?
Yep.
Then in theory, there should be no loss of mass or energy when a person dies.
I understand the idea of chilling everything down to a certain level of temperature. And as he says it's actually like wacky science kind of later, right? But still, it's really bad science.
So there's like this little drawer because he's like, hey, there's like breath that comes out of your body, air that comes in, body fluids come out of your body.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that little drawer that's where that goes.
Collection plate.
That's gross. I thought, ew.
Forget your essence, girlfriend.
Yeah. I don't know. The whole thing was weird.
That's a Dark Crystal reference.
My whole thing was you got to stay on track.
I'm sorry.
Please. That whole thing was weird because I don't know. I just feel like I said, you can just weigh somebody before and after. Why do we need all of this this huge production that seems very very expensive, complicated experiment.
I mean, well, when it comes to, the very scientific, I mean, and you need all this information in this data, there has to be a reason for every component of the experiment. There's a reason for all the sensors and a reason for all the other bullshit that they have going on there. They have all the stuff on the screen that tells you the weight of the person before and after death, and the ounces. It's in ounces. Why would weight be in ounces? I guess because of the water and the mass of the body. I don't know, but if somebody in the comments wants to answer that question for me, then they can.
Oh, I think they're in grams. They were grams.
They're in grams. Because it was.
Oh, they were doing grams. Oh, okay.
They were doing grams. Yeah.
Yeah, we can get to that.
They're scientists, so they're doing metric.
Yeah.
Immediately after death, as
what I still it seems very complicated to do all of this. And what I did look up was that this was actually done. This experiment was done in the early 1900s. This doctor actually did do this.
1918.
I think it was.
Well,
they said on the show it was 1901, and then when I looked it up on Wikipedia, it said 1906. I think, and the doctor had pretty much found that the person that died actually did lose 21 grams. So
it's a new weight loss program.
Yeah, if you die, you lose weight. So there we go.
What did they contribute that to?
At the time, they all just thought he was kind of a little bit of a quack. No one really took it seriously.
Well, they couldn't control the gases back then, so it could have been like a gaseous release fart kind of a thing. They couldn't control all that.
Yeah. And what's interesting here is the priest, this whole complication, we'll get into Leland. Let's not get ahead of ourselves because Leland makes a grand entrance. Oh, don't stop on my account.
The only thing I really had a problem with, like procedural, because I'm thinking of all the sci-fi, scientific, procedural things like The Fly or all the stuff from Star Wars or everything in between. But like the whole part of, okay, release the scale. Like, why'd you have to release the scale? Like, you know what I mean? Why is that such a thing? Like, it was a major procedural point. It says, can't he just be on the scale? And why do you have to weigh him like right before? You can have him weighing the whole time and say, oh, does the weight change as he dies? Because that might be an interesting variable too.
Right, if he's on the actual
scale. It kind of seemed like it was like a launch sequence from NASA or something like that.
Exactly. They're trying to build up a dramatic plot, I think, but it was weird.
So then Leland enters.
Yeah, but I agree with you.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
It was hokey.
I agree with Walt there that it was weird for them to weigh the body the way they did.
Like I said, release the Kraken at that moment in the show, but that's something else.
Releasing something.
Release the Kraken is what was going on when he let off the gassy fart.
Anyways, we've gone to a whole new level of toilet humor.
I can go lower.
Let's not.
Okay.
This is great. Leland makes a grand entrance. Kristen comes in, and she's very happy because she has a court order, a restraining order, because he's being creepy. I mean, it's not normal to be talking to children.
No.
And there was this tension between them that was like, I don't know why I felt like Leland was slightly turned on by her now. I got that. I don't know what it is. He seemed to like her. He seems to like her now.
Look at his face when she tells the Monsignor all of what he's been doing. He looks terrified.
Yeah, but he also is kind of has respect for her because
she's got some gameplay.
Yeah. So Lynn gave her this picture, and I think you mentioned you wanted to know how long has she had that on her phone.
Yeah, exactly. How long was she keeping the secret?
Yeah, I guess because he told them to keep it. It's the whole thing to me. It should be a red flag, like stranger danger. Someone tells you to keep a secret, an adult.
Or is Lynn playing some other game? Like she has receipts on her new grandpa.
Oh, well, he's not really grandpa to them.
Ew.
But
Ew.
yeah, no. New grandpa. Yeah.
Grandma's creepy new boyfriend.
Creepy boyfriend. Well, he did give them those journals.
Yeah.
And then there's this moment. I think David asked Kristen, "Is everything okay?" She's like, "Yeah." They give each other a look. And I think Ben picked up on it.
That's funny. Ben's look is great.
Ben was like, "What?" There it is. He saw that exchange.
He's like, what's happening?
Yeah. Of course, David's under the impression that they got together.
They had
and
sex.
Yeah.
What did I miss?
Kristen is under the impression that she left embarrassed because he realized it was inappropriate for them to be.
And if I may interject here with a thought, I believe that she might be a little embarrassed by what happened, the leaving abruptly, and I think she believes that that he may look upon her lesser than he did because of what happened.
Maybe. Yeah, I agree that she's definitely embarrassed by it. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, because I just think that she's
we'll get into this.
Yeah, even kissing that would happen is slightly embarrassing on many levels, right?
It's not appropriate to be making out with a priest, period.
No. Or vice versa.
No.
For a married woman. Or
yeah, it's not appropriate for a priest to be making out with anyone.
Only small boys.
Oh, Walt.
Oh, sorry, too soon.
Walt, we're live, man.
Oh, sorry. I'm tired. I've been on the road a lot.
Just say that was.
I don't have a filter.
These types of jokes are completely not cool. So
okay, I'm sorry.
We're not
gonna. I apologize.
Yeah, they're not funny.
We'll cut them.
I don't think those jokes are funny at all.
Well, I mean, they were funny to me because, like, I got caught off guard. So.
Yeah, don't.
I wasn't expecting
you're
that.
not funny.
I apologize.
It's not funny. Please, let's not make those jokes.
I apologize.
I can say that when it comes to priests, there's the sad truth of that matter. It's not funny. And I think even Kristen even makes a comment about that. Actually, during that whole exchange, when she did make a comment, but it wasn't a joke. It wasn't a joke. It was a burn because there's truth to it. But it's not just Catholic
her from that.
It's like every church.
Yeah.
Like not every church, but a lot of churches, a lot of religious organizations. It's a serious problem, and not just with boys, with girls. With it. I don't want to get into that whole thing, but. Yeah, we're not gonna joke about that because it's not okay.
This is David's first official confession as a priest.
Yes.
So I thought this was a big deal for him.
Yeah, and what's interesting is that we can watch. I think I put it on. No, I didn't put it on yet. What's interesting is that
I've had impure thoughts. Celibacy has been difficult for me.
Before we get to the next scene, he says, "I've had impure thoughts. Celibacy has been difficult for me," and what's really interesting is that David is thinking this in his head about his whole exchange with Kristen, and he said this is difficult for everyone.
Oh yeah.
So he was just thinking about that the whole time.
And I think David worries about his standing with God because of those impure thoughts about Kristen.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
Yeah, and I also believe that he thinks that maybe God like thinks less of him because of what he almost did. But the important thing is that he didn't do it. Right?
he did, but he thought he did it.
He did it. She didn't do it.
He did it. She didn't.
He just didn't do it with her.
He thought he was. So, I mean, he might as well have been. He's doing it with someone.
So, I don't think it was a dream. I think it was an apparition or
he's doing it with someone.
Manifestation of someone.
So at the time, I was thinking, what this Wallace Shawn character is he's confessing to, which is great because it's Wallace Shawn. And I think the whole time, later on, we learn he was talking about the other priest because there were some feelings there.
Oh, yeah.
What ensues later on.
And
but I didn't make that connection
really do
when I
want
first
to
heard it. What were we going to say?
Neither did I, but I really do want to touch on their relationship because I thought that was very sweet.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought so too. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
that they were willing to go to different parishes so that nothing would happen. I was like, well, that's admirable of them.
Yeah. So now we come back to this daffodil thing because Lexi has decided to go and do a search for daffodil. She sees this game, says she's over 14. She's not. And she meets basically Leland's version of Peppa Pig through this game. This little role-playing game. It's obviously Leland. And it was obviously Leland's voice, too. I don't know if you noticed that. Yeah, it was Michael Emerson's voice,
I don't
like doing a funny voice.
But the one thing I don't understand is how would he know that she was going to click on that link? How is that possible?
Maybe because if he gave her that note for that reason. And that's the most exciting thing about it for kids is you see this little cartoon come up. If you look at daffodil, if you do a search, you saw the first page was just boring flowers. Mm-hmm. And then the second page, because she actually hit search the second page and she found that. And she clicked on it.
It was an ad.
It was an ad.
It was a paid ad.
Yeah, I don't know how he made that happen.
He paid for an ad.
He paid for an ad, but how did he pay for an ad that would come up under her search? How do you make that happen?
Well,
just timing.
No, you can micro target certain people based on their age, their geolocation, and their IP addresses. Yeah. So it is possible for him to micro target her as an 11-year-old girl living in this vicinity, and so it's very easy to do what he did.
Okay, that makes sense.
You just have to know what because you just have to know what you're doing, though.
Yeah, I guess with a little bit of, as you mentioned, a little bit of research, you can figure out how to do a very specific targeted ad to children. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do with other kids click on it? Because these are the kids that you definitely want to talk to. Because that ad's going to be shown to a lot of people in that demographic. A lot of kids. Yeah, although I don't know how many kids are actually searching for daffodils. So if you actually typed in, I guess you can decide, okay, well, we're looking for this age range, living in this area, searching for daffodils. This comes up.
Yeah, and I don't think many 11-year-olds are searching for pictures of daffodils, to be honest with you. So he probably knew that it was very low risk for him to encounter anyone else.
Yeah, that's true. And obviously somehow it worked. But something else that I'm a little bit slightly disturbed about is daffodil was the trigger word that Edward gave Cheryl to go and slap everybody last season. Mm-hmm. That was, he said, when I say daffodil, you just go and slap these people. So she said daffodil. And she got up, she takes her glasses off and slaps the guy in the boardroom. And then she's in a restaurant. He says daffodil. She gets up, she just slaps this dude. And then eventually she slapped Edward himself in the car. And then that's when he gave her the head, which later on ends up down the toilet. But
well, let's just say, let's.
So how did this end up with
honest.
Leland, the daffodil thing? Like, how is it all connected?
Well, as you probably remember, actually, I know you remember this because you rewatched the finale before starting season 3. At least I think you did. At least that's what I did. But that's the older guy that Cheryl was hanging out with. I don't remember his name.
Edward.
But Edward. Edward and Leland are in the same group, so they probably know that word, and it's probably a trigger word for them to train other people to take their places when they get old and decrepit, such as Edward is and was, because we don't know if he's not dead or whatever, because weren't they supposed to eat their predecessors?
No, they served the guy that wanted to eat people at this table. They had him at this banquet table with grapes, and they served him food. They had a big party for him, remember?
Yes.
Yeah. But I don't think that I think if she ate Edward, we would have seen that.
No, but maybe she didn't consume him, but she consumed his blood.
Well, they had the transfusion.
Oh, yeah.
But that was before. That was before this. This was later.
Yeah.
He gave her the head. She had
I just realized.
She slapped people because he said daffodil, and then she got mad and she finally slapped him. And he said, "This is a head." And then after that, we realized she didn't really need him anymore because she was
not that she didn't need him though, but he was passing down his totem or whatever that head was. That was him retiring.
That was
yeah.
Well, that was also her sigil because she found it. Actually, it's on the sigil map. There's the head on the sigil map.
Yes.
So that was the sigil that he passed to her. But the only reason that she got it is because she requested Edward when Leland was being exorcised and needed her, and she gave him the blood bath. So there was that, and she said, "I need more," and it was Edward. I think after that, she didn't really need him anymore. I think he's alive though. I think he's still around. If he isn't,
or she's still in a drawer, so they can still draw blood from him. Like,
no, he wasn't in the room. He wasn't in the little room with all the people that they were drinking blood from. And since he was actually getting those infusions, he was feeling good. He wasn't old and decrepit. So remember, because they were going out and they played tennis and stuff. Yeah.
I'll say, what occurred to me? I totally forgot. Leland's one of the 60 pigs, right? That's why he had the pig.
Yes.
He was Peppa Pig in there.
Well, he's like a Peppa Pig ripoff.
Yeah, but I'm saying because he's one of the 60 pigs, that's why he was a pig. That just occurred to me. I didn't even think of that.
I didn't think of that. I really didn't think of that. That slipped my mind.
Yeah.
But at this point, I don't think Lexus knows she's talking to Leland. I don't know what gave him away to her.
Because she says later on, because he doesn't talk like a girl. And he kept asking about her mom. Remember?
Yes, but how does one talk like a girl online? Like that, I didn't get that.
The pig kept saying, "My mom's mean. How's your mom? My mom's mean. How's your mom?" It kept repeating that. And
yes,
older people talk completely different than younger people. They have totally different lingo.
It sounds like a bad child therapist.
Yeah, they don't talk anything like kids. Kids have like all these slang terms they use, and he sounded like an adult trying to be a kid. So she picked up on this.
Well,
if you're interacting enough with someone, you'll know. I mean, maybe she's a smart girl. Remember, she had the tail and she has teeth.
Mhm.
So it's not like any other kid.
You just
She's
made me
smart.
feel old, Maurice.
Oh, sorry. I feel old. Because like kids have like this whole other set of lingo. I'm like, all right. Yeah.
Here I am
You don't wanna be
speaking all
sus.
sophisticated. Here I am
Well, you
speaking
don't
all
want you just
sophisticated
don't
on
try to
Facebook
talk
and Twitter.
It's embarrassing when adults try to talk it. That's really cringe. Just talk like a normal adult because the kids will be like, stop talking like that. You're creeping me out. So then Cheryl comes in, asks her where the girls are. She says, I am a girl.
I'm lonely.
Oh, yeah. She's like, I gotta go. She says, I gotta go to Leland's pig. And he says, wait, don't leave. I'm lonely. That's just, yeah. I don't know if girls talk like that when they're 11, maybe. But he's like, I'm lonely. I'm lonely. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it depends on the type of conversation you're having, I would think, and what and the depth of relationship that you have with this person or the person that you're speaking to. So I think that, but it's not normal for just somebody you meet online to just unload all their crap on you.
Yeah. My mom's
Like,
mean.
Take it from
Who does that? It's weird.
Take it from somebody who has literally had the life story of someone unloaded on him in one night. Me, I've had that happen to me.
Oh no.
And it was a nightmare.
But he sounds very much like you would expect like a child predator online in one of those games would sound, like that creepy, trying to be a kid lingo.
Yeah, she figured it out. She's a smart girl. Yeah, and then we're taken to the scene where he's going to die and they're going to weigh him, and they weigh him before. This whole thing seems a little bit inhumane, but the father talks to him and asks him, do you definitely want to do this? Yeah, I want to do this. Okay. He's a little bit concerned about his soul. What if everything's not real? I've on my faith all this year. He's starting to question his faith, obviously. What if God doesn't accept me? And I remember the father says, you're a good friend. And he's visibly sad when his friend passes away. But look what happened.
24.63 grams.
24.63
Oh yeah,
grams.
you said grams. Yeah, sorry about that. I said ounces earlier.
Yeah, and so from the early 1900s experiments that actually happened in our history, it was about the same amount. It was like 21, I think, 21 point something or other. So I thought that was interesting because they based it. I don't know how they got that number exactly, but well, something went. And then there was a situation that it's like some type of Stranger Things thing going on. Like, what is this? It's like we ran into Stranger Things all of a sudden. He went to the upside down.
So it was the demon, and I got to tell you, I'm actually watching that show now. So we gotta talk about that when we're not live anymore. But coming back to this, the demon. It looks like the demon left his body and stored itself in the lights.
Okay.
And waited.
All right, and
waited for the next victim. Yeah.
Gotcha. Which ended up being the nun that came later, Gertrude. But
and and I suspected that the father loved him in some type of way because he seemed a lot more emotional than he would be for just a friend, just a basic friend, or a run-of-the-mill priest guy that you just see in passing. So I was like, oh, he was in love with him, straight up love.
I think so too. I agree with that. And he comes back, so what we think was that the soul was gone. I love this. And then we have the book. You hate this.
I hate the book. Stop with the book. Stop
back.
it.
Stop with the book. Stop. It took like 20 minutes to get to this intro, right? And they have this new intro.
Cool intro.
Got the murder weapon here. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was a little bit too long.
It's long intro.
Yeah, it was. Well, I thought it was kind of weird that they didn't have an intro for 2 years, though.
Well, the book was the intro.
Well, they just had the thing, the rosary dropping into like milk or paint or whatever, and it was just like, and it was like, just that little classical string song, and then that was it. But now it's this long thing. It sounds like scary music. Kind of campy.
It honestly looks like something they put together at the very last minute, because if you look at the way they put it together, it looks all weird and grainy and boxy. Or was it just
maybe they did that on purpose? I think they did that on purpose.
But they need to fix that. Oh, you think they did?
It's almost like comic book.
Maybe they want a certain aesthetic.
I mean, the aspect ratio of the intro was also scaled in a 5:4 ratio. It was just really weird, and I didn't like it. Give me something that fills the whole screen and shut up.
Speaking of something you don't like, Andy's back, and they've changed the locks because Leland and Lexi, they don't hear him. The train goes by literally 3 times. He's trying to get in the house. He can't because he doesn't have a key. The girls are watching something scary upstairs. And then he goes to, oh gosh, this gets really weird. So he goes in to see Cheryl. And, well, let's just take a second. Okay, what is that? She has a new pet. She's adopting pets. That's really nice. She's become a shelter mom for animals.
See, that's the first time we've seen that demon.
This is the first time.
But I like the design though. That's nice. Except I wouldn't like to see that in my house.
No, it's red-eyed.
Like life-size Mr. Hanky.
Teeth. Yeah, teeth and claws. And it sounds like a dinosaur from Jurassic Park.
And the only thing that could have made that scene better, the only thing that could have made that better is if it attacked Andy.
You really wanted it to eat Andy.
I did. I really did. And people in the Facebook group actually like him. Like, I can't stand the guy.
I loved it. He saw it. It's like, oh, what is
if you go to the next frame, he falls on the ground trying to get away.
Yeah, he falls trying to come out, and then Lynn comes out and sees him out there, and the train comes by again. It's really crazy. But when he checks again, he goes back in, it's gone. Yeah.
I feel like if the trains were on top of each other like that, they'd really be risky.
They don't be. So I told you guys, and I'm going to put footage up on this channel of it. I went over to that place. They don't blow their horns every time they go by up there. They just go by. At least the one that I saw was pretty quiet. And
so you don't. So you don't hear like a loud noise.
No, it wasn't nearly as loud as I expected it to be.
And it's not every 2 minutes.
Yeah. It doesn't come that often, but it's just for the effect of the show. And they add in the horns because it is. I know how it can be if you live near train tracks. It can sound like that. So they just want to keep that startling effect. It's a really nice background thing that keeps everyone slightly on their toes because it's like suddenly something's shaking. Oh, it's the train. I think the kids would be used to it by now, but they're really not. Either way, Andy saw something, and I don't think he was expecting to see anything. And he knows what he saw, and he knows something's up because what comes later. But yeah, that was just, I don't know, the whole thing I thought was very interesting because it's like she has a new pet. That's all I thought. She has a new pet.
Well, she already has the 3 Eddies, so I want to know who this demon is and how she acquired him.
She might not know he's there because he's there when she's sleeping.
Or is that her demon? That's like what she had, adopted when she took over Edward's whatever.
That's her demon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's what's possessing her. That's her George.
That's her demon.
I hope
it's
we
like
find
bodyguard
out.
her.
Yeah.
Keep protecting her while she sleeps.
While she's sleeping. Okay.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Good pausing job. Yeah, good pausing job there.
Says, I'm not dead. And then he kisses him.
Not dead yet.
The father. And then as you can tell, he's taken a little bit off guard.
Now that's inconceivable.
But as you notice, the father, His Eminence, doesn't fight it though.
No. He's a little bit taken aback, but he's always wanted to do that, and now he can. But it doesn't have anything to do with a soul being removed from the body. It's the demon. So maybe the demon didn't let him.
Which
kind of interesting.
Which
That's an
we
interesting
don't learn
angle.
about until later. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Anyways, I thought it was interesting.
But I also thought this was really sweet, though. I mean, yeah, sure, he shouldn't have done that right then and there and catch him off guard like that. But still, I thought it was really sweet.
It is. And then I don't know why he was hungry. They're like, oh, enough food. He's like, no, I'm hungry.
I'm trying to give that actor something funny to do.
Yeah, maybe that they wanted to give him something funny because it was kind of really sad that he was dying, and now he's healed. Miraculously, the demon left and took the cancer with him.
Okay, the explosion, the lights out there.
We need a greater sample size.
So they need a bigger sample size. So they need to get someone else to die.
They need a lot more dying people.
They need more dying people because this guy, it didn't work. This guy came back.
It's very Frankenstein.
And he's better than ever.
I mean, we've got one we can kill right there. Like, we can kill Andy and poison him.
We don't even know Andy's back at this point. Well, at least Kristen doesn't know yet. She's busy off doing demon things. And,
this candy salad is disgusting in this scene.
They ask about Grandma. He's asking about Grandma. He knows something's up with her voodoo dolls and all this stuff, right? It's like, Grandma, what's going on? They're like, whatever, eat the candy.
And we need to play the exchange between Grandma and Dad before Kristen gets home. We need to play that exchange. Okay.
Well, Andy asks, where is Lexi? And Laura goes looking for her, and she's in her room playing with Leland. But we learn at this point that she knows that it's Leland. And that she's trying, before she tells the mom, this is where she starts to become a little bit non-obedient to what Mom said. Mom said, don't, you need to come to me. You got to talk to me. If you come. She said she wants to know what he wants to know before.
But in the defense,
then we'll tell Mom.
I'm going to jump to her aid, to Lexus's aid right now, and just say, maybe she wanted more info before going to Mom.
That's what she said.
Yes, but this could be enough to get the cops to pick up Leland, though, because of the restraining order.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I like how she's now luring him into this trap and tricking him. And I love it, ultimately what they end up doing. But at first, when Laura joins in, he's rude. He's like, "No, we don't want you." And she said, "Tell him you have cancer." "I have cancer." "Oh, that's too bad. We're having fun. Goodbye." It was like really rude.
He's a mean girl.
Yeah, it was like awful. And this is the. What were you gonna say?
It's clear that he had one agenda, and something to do with Lexus, although we don't know what it is yet. But he really didn't want to have anything to do with the other girls.
Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder what it is with that Lexus. Is it because Lexus has the situation with the tooth.
Because
Well, she
Tail.
also
it's
comes from
because,
that
The
Sh-
fertility,
the fertility
fertility
clinic.
clinic.
fertility clinic. Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
And so that's the reason that I think that he's after her. But the question is why? I mean, we still haven't gotten that answer, and we're 3 seasons in
I think
to
she's
the show
Rosemary's
already.
baby.
No.
She's basically Rosemary's baby.
She's not.
She was seeded by the devil.
Forgive me, I don't understand that reference, but forgive
Oh,
me. for
Rosemary's
that.
Baby.
It's like it's Damien the devil.
Yeah, there's 2 movies, and
The Omen, right?
no. But it's almost, it could almost be the prequel to The Omen. But
Oh, I thought it was The
woman
Omen.
gives birth to the. But it's the same idea though.
It
Woman
gives birth to the demon.
her
Okay, I'm
husband
getting
turns out to be the
confused.
devil or
Well,
possessed by the devil.
That's not what I don't think she's that. But
I mean,
that's the exchange
Kristen
we're
never
talking
mentioned.
But we don't know who the
Kristen
father
never
is, right?
mentioned having. We think the father is Andy. I mean, we hope the father.
Well,
the
that's
father
what
is
they think.
Andy.
Still,
They think the father's Andy, but
Kristen-
maybe it's not.
Kristen never speaks of any pregnancy issues, like that other woman that had the 2 twins inside of her womb, had all the pregnancy complications, but Kristen never said that she had any. So I'm kind of curious about that, whether she had any issues with Lexus in the womb.
She must have had something since she was going to the fertility clinic. It's weird though because she has so many other children. Like that's interesting. I'm not quite sure.
And they don't need to be having any more children though. They have enough.
All right, guys, I'll be right back.
Oh, all right. Walt has to go. That's what happened. That's what happened. Walt had to go to the bathroom.
Is he okay? Oh, all right.
Yes, you didn't hear all that? Okay. Let's watch the next scene.
I didn't hear him say he had to go to the bathroom, no.
Oh, no, you didn't hear. Okay. All right, good. The microphone did not pick up all that. That's good. You have to go. All right. Let's just I only clipped one little part of this exchange. And it was the most important part.
I'm home permanently, so I want you out of the garage by the end of the week.
Okay, basically he said I want you out of she's like, hey, I'm here, whatever. He's like, I'm here for good, bye. She's like, what? He says, I want you out by the end of the week. That's her expression.
I don't think she's gonna go without a fight.
No, she made it pretty clear she wasn't. That was her response. She just laughed at him in his face. He's like, I'm serious.
You
I'm
have
not
to tell me
you.
what. You have to tell me what software you use to elevate their voices.
Oh, I just sped it up. You can put a video on a certain speed. The only reason I sped it up, like I said,
okay.
because if you don't, you get like a copyright issue with the. I know if I don't speed it up. Otherwise, I would just sit here and be like, "Oh, let's just watch the." Oh yeah.
Oh my god, you have a bad side?
She said, "I love this. I love this so much. That's amazing." She said, "You don't want to get on my bad side." He says, "Oh, you have a bad side." Big, that's news to me. You're just a demon, okay? He saw what he saw, and he's not scared for some reason. I don't know if he's understands.
Well, he
how
was
serious
scared
the
of it when he
situation
first saw it.
He was, but maybe he's more scared that she's a danger. Because what the heck was that thing that he saw? And he knows that she's doing the stuff with the dolls, which is creepy as hell. I gotta admit, if I saw like my mother-in-law doing that, I'd be like, no.
You gotta go.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Okay, and I'm gonna do something that you probably never expected me to do. Bring up Andy and Cheryl again. Really quick.
Oh, you want me to bring them up?
Yeah, bring them up real quick. I am going to do something that I thought I would never do. I am going to give this schmuck credit. Okay, trying to protect his family and trying to shield them from all these terrible things. I give him a lot of credit for that. Okay, so I don't want her to kill him here.
I wonder what their history is, why they don't like each other, because Andy doesn't seem like a bad guy. He's a good father. He seems to love Kristen. Other than him
He's
leaving,
just annoying
to
as
go off
hell.
and, what? He's just boring.
He's just annoying as hell. Yeah, annoying.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't think so. I mean, I don't think he's annoying. The character can be a little bit whiny at times, but I mean, so most men are. So that's nothing new. Most partners are. Partners, not just men, but partners can be whiny. That's just marriage. It just happens.
I was gonna say you got a partner.
Look,
you got a partner in the bathroom over there. Yes.
I have a partner that made a completely inappropriate joke earlier, and now he's left the bathroom while passing gas that somehow the microphone didn't pick up. And thank God it did not leave any type of aroma in this room, or else I'd be even more angry with my partner. Maybe I spoke too soon. I don't know. Anyhow, yeah, I have a partner that had to exit in the middle of the stream because of yes. So we're here now.
I'm pretty sure he'll make people laugh though when they watch this.
I don't know if they realize they're gonna. You remember when we said we have already like passed the whole toilet humor portion of the stream, and then he said, "Oh, I can make it worse. I can go lower." Well, he did, but that wasn't on purpose though, because you can't really control things. I mean, you can maybe control things a little bit by not eating certain things before you have to stream, but you know, what are you gonna do? We have the dolls, right? We have the dolls, and we have the head. We have Edward's great grandfather's head, and
we
she's
have
praying
the Karen,
to them.
Eddie, and the holy clown spirit over here in the polka dots.
She curses that she's praying to them. I think I have it. I have a little clip of that.
How to stop this goddamn
sucking piece of
I bleed to laugh
yeah.
Because
you bleeped my favorite word out.
No, because we're gonna get pulled off of YouTube for that. That's pretty bad. That was like a really. That's okay. They're like, hey, we're on streaming now, so we can say these really naughty words, which is fine, but we can't because we don't have a network behind us. Anyways, I thought it was funny. She's praying.
It was funny, and it was a bold choice.
I mean,
to have
it's
her
not
say
that
those
out
words.
Yeah, but it's Cheryl. Doesn't seem like, it doesn't seem very out of character for her. She doesn't seem to have a whole lot of craps to give about what anyone thinks. If she's gonna say something, she's gonna say whatever. I mean, she just smacked people when they said daffodil. She was like, she just is ready to go with whatever. I feel like I kind of started to like her more and more, and I didn't always, which is surprising to me because I didn't like her before. I like her now.
I think you're the part of the one where Lexus had all those body image issues in season 2. Really had me noticing Cheryl more because Cheryl wanted to stand out amongst people and meet other people and make them notice her and stuff and wear like lacy things, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, she seemed a little bit more desperate in the beginning, like very needy.
Yes, she did. And now she's like totally in control and like.
I mean, I don't know how much in control. She's completely, bat crap crazy with praying to these things, but she's a lot more powerful. I'm glad that she has more power over Leland now. He's groveling, and
I don't have a clown spirit here, so I can't. It doesn't work for me.
If you have a clown spirit and like the Karen type doll and the head of a great grandfather of whatever the hell Edward is. I don't know. He creeps me out. But he obviously is a pretty high-end society man. So based on his car and his house and everything else. So he obviously has some power and influence. I want to say maybe high-end influence. Not quite sure what he does. They haven't really told us, but or maybe they did tell us because I don't remember. I don't remember if they met at the party. I forgot if they told us what he did, but either way.
Oh, he's God, they did tell us when he met Cheryl at the bar and he gave her a drink. Yeah, but I can't remember what he said though.
Yeah, they were at that weird white party with everyone's dressing all white, and now we know why.
No. This was back when before the white party, but right when that dude
that's
and
right.
Leland were, about to drug Cheryl.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So then we have David having impure thoughts because he thinks he's with Kristen, but then this is when the creepy tongue comes out. He thinks he's with Kristen again, and there's this tongue. It's like cut in half. It's like a snake tongue, and he's like, "What?
Perfect shot.
What the heck?" She's like, "I just had it done today. You like it?" He had a perfect reaction to it. What are you? You're not her. No kidding.
But he didn't seem to be complaining when she was on top of him, though.
No. He's just a little bit taken aback because that's not what he thought. That's not who he thought he was with.
I mean,
so what is this? Who is this? What is this?
It's obviously his own personal demon, like Abby is to Ben. But in this one, I'm a little bit disappointed in David here because he already had sex with the demon the night before, and he didn't know that she had a tongue that was cut in half. I think that if somebody stuck their tongue in your mouth like that, you would have noticed that.
Oh, maybe she didn't show it to them. I don't think she showed it to him that night. She showed it to him later.
Okay, all right. Because I don't know if you got a shot of this, but when she like straddles him or whatever, the tongue like comes up and you can see it pop out of her mouth, and they zoom in on it a little bit, and it's really creepy.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't put that up because it's a little bit, she didn't have a lot of clothes on, so I figured probably not that good to have on the stream. I don't want to get our stream pulled in the middle of all this. But that's really what's going on. She's at home looking at your favorite person, Andy, and they're having a conversation about Cheryl. And he's like, we need your mother-in-law out. We need your mother gone. Yes, okay, you're right. She's got to go. Damn, Kristen. What are you gonna do?
What about all the times that I want him gone? Why doesn't Kristen help me with that?
You have to talk to Kristen about that.
Just kill him for me. I mean, like, come on. I mean, he can go on to other shows. The actor's a fine actor. I love him as an actor. I hate the character.
I don't think he's going anywhere. I thought they were going to kill him at the end of last season, and now they're not. He's there. He's not going anywhere.
Well, Cheryl.
He's going to stay there and get annoyed.
War. Cheryl has waged war against him. Yes. Yeah.
So now we're back to our lovely Wallace Shawn character. I forgot the name of the actual priest here, talking about.
I can't tell you. I don't remember.
Yeah, Father something or other. We'll call him Father something. He's talking about what happened, and actually, he saw his friend, the father, and he died. I guess he thought he died, and he said there were all these people that came around and were joining hands. And then he felt like someone touched the back of his head or the back of his shoulder. He turned around, and that was the father. And then he woke up. So I don't know what to think of that. I don't really know. Like, did he go to a whole other realm for a short time? Because he was technically dead. He had this NDA or near-death experience. And
I think it might have been... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I thought it might have been some type of like in-between place, where you get judged.
Right. Maybe purgatory or something. I don't know. I don't know what else.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a Catholic thing. He went somewhere and then came back. But I thought it was very detailed and specific. But if he was in another realm, some other type of spiritual place, not on quite here, but in between the two spirit worlds, right? If he was in between, how did that affect this demon leaving him? He didn't see any demon go away or anything. So I don't know. It's this. I guess they just want to leave it to interpretation.
I don't really have a 100% answer for that, but I can try to answer it the best I can. I think that the demon might have thought that he was dying. And so when he died, he left.
I thought the demon was the reason for the dying. The demon was literally the cancer. The demon had the cancer.
The demon was the cancer, yes. But I thought that the demon might have assumed that, hey, he's dead. My job is complete. I'm going to leave.
My job is done.
And then...
Right.
Yeah, and then he had that vision of the father, his eminence, and smiling at him and putting his hand on his shoulder and smiling at him, and he came back.
He's in the upside down.
Then
he went to the upside down.
Then the demon must have thought, well, oh shit, I didn't finish the job.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we've learned that his cancer is gone. The tumor's gone. The demon was the tumor.
The demon, yes.
And then Kristen tells the priest he needs to go see him because he's been asking for him. And there's a little bit of a hesitant look there. Like, maybe I should not go and see him. That's kind of the look he gave her. It's like, I'll go.
Because he
was asking for him.
He's
Temptation.
afraid of what might happen. Yes, temptation. What was this?
Ooh, temptation. That was my magic demonic temptation spell. Temptation.
But I think Kristen knew that he loved him at that point.
I think there was, she must have known something. I don't know if they realized, because there's a shot at the end when they're saying goodbye to each other and they say, we'll get to it, but when they say he's going to another parish, they're all kind of looking, they completely understand what happened and why. Completely total understanding. It was sweet, but also kind of sad.
Is Walt okay?
Yeah. He'll be fine.
Okay.
This is not out of character for him. So then we have this very awkward exchange, and this is when we learn the truth that Kristen left. She tells David, I left. We kissed. He says, we didn't have sex. No. I left. We kissed, but I left.
Yeah, and he looks
Poor
he's
David,
so confused.
Man. Well, the thing with the tongue already happened. So how could he expect? think that was Kristen because the tongue thing happened already.
Maybe he thought he was dreaming or something.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe he thought he actually had sex with the real Kristen that
Mary
night
Rose,
that she
that's a
did her
Catholic thing.
confession.
Mary Rose said that's a Catholic thing. I'm not sure which one you're referring to. Oh, the
okay.
purgatory. The purgatory, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, they are Catholic, so this would make sense.
He is completely, and she's also apologizing. She's like, "I'm so sorry." They're both actually embarrassed at this point, both of them, and then he's confused. It goes from embarrassing and awkward to completely, what the heck? She's like, "No, I left. He doesn't know how to process this, but he knows he had sex with something or someone that wasn't Kristen." That's unsettling that a demon is violating him under false pretenses. I mean,
yeah,
I don't
but
want to say
when
the R word.
When the demon got going, though, he didn't really seem to mind. So
yeah, but that was after. In the beginning, though, he thought he was with Kristen. If the demon had just come to him flat out from the beginning, he would have completely said no. But he thought he was with Kristen, so yeah.
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 For me, that would be a severe
demon.
red flag.
Yeah, that's Demon SA. Definitely Demon SA. He is Demon is SAing David because at this point, yeah, we'll get to the next scene, which is I'm not quite sure. Is he still taking a break? What's going on with Dr. Box?
I was asking myself the very same question, but as he was getting on the plane with his wife that we haven't seen yet, but given how he describes her, I assume, given how he describes his wife, I assume she has like complete control of his life or whatever. Like, because he mentions that she's on it, finding a chiropractor, and I'm like, oh, your wife loves you, you bastard.
Yeah. Yeah, they were going to go get on the plane, and he had a back issue, I guess. But why does he need Sister Andrea? He needs her because I guess he told her about the demon because she brings it up later on. He must have called her about it.
Yeah, because he says that he's having trouble sleeping. And he says, I'm gonna quote what he says here. He says, every time I close my eyes, I see your fucking demon. And she kicks him and she says, don't swear. And,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. She said, you can make a point just by without swearing. And
yeah, she doesn't like him swearing at all. She actually is very standoffish to him and to Kristen. Very judgmental to both of them.
Because they aren't religious in any way.
Yeah, she's not having it. She said something very specific to him, and basically when he dies, this demon is going to be there. It doesn't matter what he does; it's what he believes in.
God will look at your struggle. He'll look at what you believed.
Yeah,
and then that demon will return.
Ooh! Oh no.
I actually have a quick question for Dawn in the audience here. If you're still connected to the stream, why would you want us to spoil it for you, man? Like, watch the episode first.
I don't know. He might not. He might just be behind, but he always comes on our he comes on our improv streams, so he's always here for all our streams because he's really super cool.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
yeah. He's an X-Files crossover
wonderful.
fan.
Thank you, Dawn. Yes,
yeah,
thank you,
he's
Dawn.
awesome. Dawn is
and
awesome.
Mary Rose, I do love the nun too. She's my favorite character.
Yeah, Sister Andrea Martin. She's very good. So basically, this demon's gonna show up. because you don't believe in God. That's basically what she told him.
I gotta say, I'm an atheist too, so all of the demons are gonna come after me, I guess, you know. And you know what? Bring them on.
Oh, they're coming. He doesn't, but you don't seem very concerned about it. He seems extremely concerned about it.
I
The most
don't
comforting
believe.
thing.
I don't believe in demons. I don't believe in any of that stuff. So it's just like whatever, man.
Yeah, this is when they. Yeah, look at that look. I think Anna mentioned something about this. The look that she gives Kristen.
I love her so much.
That is a stink eye. Oh, I know who you are. Yes. Oh, look at that. You were part of the church. You were baptized, and then you walked away. Wow.
Yeah, but nothing in the Bible actually says that you must stay with religion.
Does it? I don't know. I that Bible is very confusing.
And it contradicts itself literally at every point.
Don says he doesn't like having to wait and figure stuff out himself. Oh, okay, cool.
All right, all right, Don. All right, Don. Well, we love you. We do.
So this it's weird because how does she know? Has she been watching Kristen? Has she been watching Kristen?
Turned away.
I don't think so. I just think she has this intuition about people.
That's what I was wondering. Because she asked, did David tell you that? And she says no.
Yeah. I think this nun has some special abilities that haven't been disclosed yet. Yeah.
Yeah, they've just been hinted at. And she has her own other demon that's been bugging her. I wonder if he'll be back. So we'll see.
Well, as she has shown us in the previous season, she can fend for herself. Like, she is not afraid of any demon.
No, she's pretty badass. And Kristen is pretty taken aback because that look that she gave. And she wants a referral from Dr. Boggs.
That's what I don't get. A referral for who?
For herself, because she's having these conflicting feelings. All this stuff went down with David, and David mentioned something about them having sex. They didn't have sex. So Dr. Boggs actually suggested that they have him over for dinner, which I don't know whether that's going to happen. I'm assuming that's going to happen in a future episode. But Dr. Boggs says, hey, let's make it less awkward. Invite him to dinner. But she didn't disclose what happened to Dr. Boggs. She just wanted someone to talk to, and he just gave her advice while he was laying down there. So I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think inviting him to dinner is a very smart idea, considering his very lustful thoughts in his head, and I don't know if I trust him not to try to act on those feelings.
I would love to see it. It'd be very entertaining.
Yes, it would.
I mean, imagine them sitting at a table, and it's like Ben is the one that is always interacting with the girls. So imagine him sitting at a table with Andy, and gosh, imagine Cheryl's there too, and all the girls, and Kristen, and Andy picking up on something.
Yes, and Andy already accused Kristen last season of sleeping with David, but not sleeping. Yeah, people in the audience know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, she did have that little thing in the car with that guy, Gray or whatever his name was. The guy from the satanic church.
The guy that didn't believe anything satanic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she cheated on him. Yeah, and I was like, really, in a parking lot? There's literally a hotel right down the street. Go on.
No, that's not. She didn't want it to be like that. She didn't want to do. She wanted it. No. And also, she might have been possessed while that happens. But it's still it's still the jury's still out on whether or not she was actually possessed or just thought she was possessed. We don't know.
Oh, I think she was possessed. I strongly believe that she was.
You really think she was?
Yes.
Okay. There's
Because
been some...
why would she have that bodily reaction in the exorcism if she wasn't possessed?
Because it's like this weird obsession, and it's a little bit of a placebo effect where she genuinely believes that this is happening. You know, the mind is very powerful. When you think something is happening, can lead you to think, hallucinate, feel things you don't normally feel. So it's very possible that she was convinced she was possessed, but she wasn't actually possessed. But they'll never quite answer that for us, I don't think, because that's already passed. They finished that chat. That was last season's thing. Last season's storyline. Yeah. We're now taken back to the Bouchard house, and the girls, they're all getting in on this game thing. This is great because, you know, when they talk all at once, I just love it because everyone says how it's annoying. Oh, we haven't gotten that part yet. We have Andy's butt. I just took that picture just for you. Just for you.
Why?
Because why would they show that to us? Why did they show us that frame? They're just like, this is the funniest frame in the world. Because she comes in the room and you just see his butt. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm trying to move. Trying to move. Go ahead.
They did not mean for you to pause it on his ass.
It was there for a good 3 or 4 seconds. So I was like, hey, I have to pause it because it's your favorite person. And he's like throwing his butt out. Because there's a feng shui. You can't have your feet pointing towards the door. So he wants to move the bed. Something's going on with him. He knows something is up. He knows something is up because he knows he saw this demon. Why is he moving furniture all of a sudden? That's weird.
I think he thinks they're going to die.
I don't know about that. I think he'd be a little bit more freaked out, but he thinks something's a little funky, right? He's definitely threatened by Cheryl and her bad voodoo dolls and bad mojo, whatever the heck it is. I get because he's kind of Buddhist, right?
In a minute, we're about to see. Yes, he's Buddhist. Yes. Okay. Although he has this thing where he says that Buddhism is not a religion, even though it is. So that's horse shit. But
maybe he just doesn't want her bad energy, bad aura. Her aura isn't clean. Could be that. So they find this jar, and she's put this jar under there. I'm like, oh my god, no! It's like the pickles rolled out, but it's not pickles. The freaking head is in the jar.
I mean, why did she put that under his bed? I mean, if she wanted him dead, why not just kill him herself?
Must be part of her ritual because.
Oh my god, Dad, that smells terrible.
I know that's.
Oh, that is too much. Oh, I was on the floor. The girls talking at the same time is so real, at least in my house. Yes, it's extremely real. I agree with you, Mary. They tug over each other. That's what happens, especially when they're all trying to get their point across. It's so real. I don't know. I think she posted. I think she put it under the bed because that's her sigil, and maybe the sigil needs to do its magic, evil stuff. Although I don't know how it would go under there and affect Andy and not Kristen.
That doesn't make any sense.
A lot of the stuff in the show doesn't make sense. It's Cheryl, remember? She's literally praying to a doll and another doll and a head in a jar that's been shrunken. Curse voodoo. The show needs to start connecting it all. I agree. Yes, now Walt is in this chat commenting. Walt is
where?
Commenting. I don't know. Somewhere else in the house. We have 3 floors, so who knows where he went. I agree.
Why didn't he come back to the chat?
I am not sure. Anyways, probably because there wasn't a lot of room for him here. There wasn't a lot of room for him.
Oh my god. Hi, Walt.
So,
but play the video a little bit more. I think we have a segment of him gagging.
I just played that. I just clipped that section when the head actually when he puts it in there, and he did when he put it in. It does that. It flips around. It's like when you have those little dolls, like those little action type figures, or like, and you just take the heads off. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. See, I wanted to say that it almost looked like one of those Russian dolls where one's inside the other, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And it gets tinier. Yeah.
Why is it so small?
Because his grandfather was like super old.
And then he just shrunk. I guess heads shrink. I didn't know heads shrunk.
I see. I think it's the substance the substance that they put them in that makes them kind of condense. I mean, I don't know.
If that was his grandfather and his head was this small, I wouldn't be giving that away because that's really embarrassing. That's embarrassing. His grandfather was a hobbit, basically.
Did you clip the next sequence of him stabbing the head with the toilet plunger?
Yeah, I think so it didn't turn out to be a very robust head because he was able to break it up with the toilet. And then that some type of gas. Something came out. Like it was like some type of gas was in it. Voodoo. 100% real. That shit will mess you up.
He keeps on stabbing it with the plunger.
I would too. I don't think the toilet would be the place to put it. Like, because when it first comes out, he thinks he's just dumping liquid, whatever was in there, right? And then a clump comes out, and he's just like, "What the?" I mean, I gotta say they have a very clean toilet. They have a very clean for that many people. They only have one bathroom, and that's a lot of people. That's a very clean toilet for a lot of people to be using that bathroom. Sorry, we're back in toilet humor.
I gotta say that I'm only one person, and I have my own bathroom, and my toilet's not that clean. So I can say that is yeah. So
that's very impressive.
Having 5, yes. So having 5 girls in the house and having a toilet that clean is not possible.
No, and Walt just said it's a Shark Tank toilet cleaner. Oh, that'd be nice if that actually did a job. Like if there was a head that you could like put in your toilet like that, and it kept your toilet clean all the time. That would be awesome.
Oh yeah, so I wouldn't have to keep refilling up.
I can't with this. Oh, we went back too far. I just have to watch it again because it was like, what? I can't. I used to clean the girls' bathroom at the pool. There's no way it's that clean. No.
Thank you for agreeing, Walt. I appreciate it.
I guess they didn't want like the people at home to be completely grossed out. But I wonder what kind of stuff, like what kind of substance it came out of this head. It went down. It's in the New York City sewer system. Plop, flop, fizz, fizz, flush, flush, go, GPA. Yeah. So all the girls suddenly have to go to the bathroom at once. Like, we got to go in there. God, I can imagine sharing a bathroom with that many people.
So wait a minute. Wait. So why do you have to go in at once? Why can't you like go in order? Why do you have to do all the like go in at the same time? I mean, you're not going to be watching each other. That'd be weird. So get out.
Well, one of them was going to go in and kick the others out, depending on who it was. Probably the older goes first. And it's like, hey, I'm going first. Get out. They might go in with them. I don't know. So that happens too sometimes when you're a kid. You might take a girl in the bathroom with you. Well, if you're just peeing, you can sit there and poop with your friend there. I don't know. I've never done that. I've definitely peed. I've definitely peed with a friend in the bathroom when I was like maybe in second grade. Maybe in second grade. I may have taken my friend in the bathroom. I may have peed, but yeah.
I can confidently say that I have never peed with anyone in the bathroom before. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've peed. I mean, it's just like because we were talking and we didn't want to stop talking, so we're just like, oh, I'm peeing. It was like that.
Walt says pee in the jar.
Pee in the jar. No. 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 So they were. Oh, we haven't gotten to Sister Gertrude yet. I don't know what kind of. I don't know what's going to happen as a result. What's going to ensue from that being flushed down their toilet? Because that's going into the main water system, and like, could it multiply? And that was a sigil. So Cheryl just lost her sigil. He flushed her sigil down the crapper. So
I didn't think she expected him to find it, though.
She's gonna wonder where it is. At some point, I hope it's revealed to him, or at least she's got to find out what happened. Mm-hmm. She's gonna go looking for it. It's gonna be gone. What if she confronts him about it?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think Andy would care about what Cheryl had to say about the head in the jar.
Well, she's going to be mad if she finds out that was important to her, and Edward too. That was an important thing. I mean, you don't just like go around losing people's heads that were some important guy's great-great-grandfathers or great-grandfathers that managed to shrink.
Walt
it's going to come back.
He thinks that, yeah. And Walt says that he thinks that Sister Gertrude has a mustache.
I don't know about that. She just has a what you call it, thing like a oxygen thing. Yeah.
A nasal cannula.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she has a mustache, Walt. You might be a little tired or high or whatever, but I don't see a mustache.
No, it's not. It's definitely not high. But so they try to do this experiment with her.
School at the request of the principal.
Oh.
They agreed to investigate.
So Leland is back because I guess he says something about the school and the principal, and he says he was allowed to come back because he told them that the school principal requested him. I don't know if that's true or not. How did that happen? I'm confused.
Well, I have a theory about that. You know, Leland makes things happen with his connections.
Yeah.
Like his ex-wife Janie, sorry, not Cheney. I'm sorry. Little Freudian
as
slip
in
there.
Dick.
As in Dick.
Dick
yes.
Cheney, former vice president.
His ex-wife, Jamie. I can't speak. Jamie.
Jamie. I don't even remember her name.
Got hit by a car. Yeah, she got hit by a car.
Did she, or
and so
was that a coincidence?
Oh no, he made it happen. It's like he made it happen. So I think maybe he threatened the principal to say that he wanted him there.
The principal is possessed too.
Oh, well, good idea. And you said that does this make Andy an exorcist? That would give Andy more credit than I gave him earlier, so I'm gonna say no.
Again, he asks,
"Are you gonna hit me now?
Would you like that?"
He says, "Are you gonna hit me?" She's like, "Would you like that?" I don't know. He seems to like her now. I don't know. Seems like he wants that. Yeah. Yeah.
Leland likes it rough.
He just like, would you like that? He goes, I think he likes her. I think he likes her.
Did you get the part where he says, for God's sake, when he's texting the girls? Because that's about to come up here. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he realizes he's being mobbed by he's got all these animal friends. They're all on their computers. They're like
Wait, let's all ask a question at the same time. Okay, yes, okay. Yeah, okay, ready? 5. 3, 2, 1. What's your favorite stuffed animal?
that is just priceless. Priceless. Well done, girls. You know what? I can't think of anything that would scare him away, even. I mean, that is just amazing.
Yeah, that was definitely my favorite part.
They're all just focused on one thing. That's pretty impressive too, instead of like cat's moving things around. Instead of like halfway getting focused on one game, when they're like, I'm gonna go play, I want to play a different game. Like they're all focused and into it. That's quite that's impressive. That's not something you see very often. They should have had adults mirror the girls' chaos in the conversation. Adults mirror. Oh, which adults? These guys? I don't know.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know. They put poor Gertrude in, and this thing, there's this whole production, lights, and another more Stranger lights things happen. That's all I could think of when I saw these lights, and her vital signs, all of her different things, different weight monitoring and pulse and all this other stuff. All her vitals that they're monitoring are coming up, and it doesn't quite happen again. She actually she gained 36 grams. So
Walt says he's sorry for bailing in camera. He was feeling icky, but now we can censor his comments.
Oh, okay. Well, I figured that because you were a bit gaseous. Demon got heavier. Yeah, that's the thing. If the demon went to her, it didn't weigh the same amount. This weighed more. That was like 24.
No, but I mean, well, and yes, you're right, but the demon, I think in this context, the demon offsets the weight of the person, if that makes sense.
Okay, then no, that makes sense. I just don't know how they determine how many grams the demon's going to be, because it's.
But in this situation,
it would make sense if she had gained exactly what he had lost. That would have been like a perfect calculation. It's like, oh, now I got it. But they made it more. They made it heavier. 24 to 36 grams.
But that also means, as far as the science perspective goes, for those scientists doing the work, they think their experiment either failed or was flawed. So, I mean, like, I feel sorry for them.
I don't, because they have this huge production, and they could have just kept someone on a scale and let them die and been like, okay. It seemed like a lot of money to go towards something that you can't really, and I think that was partly Ben's argument. You're trying to like use science to prove something spiritual. That's what he was arguing at the end, when you probably shouldn't do that, because it just the two don't really always. They sometimes actually combine, and sometimes something spiritual and scientific can actually make sense. But it's to me it's a little bit too much, like this big production for something that happened like over a century ago now.
Well,
There's a reason why they haven't done it since.
But technology has improved since the 1900s a lot. And maybe they thought they could better reproduce the experiment because of the technology that they have today.
Right.
They could get more accurate results, you know?
Right. Right. And they could monitor everything a little bit more precise. I just
like if I
but technology
almost said
has
if I
been
die.
changing over the past since 100 years. Like they could have done it 50 years later and had a little bit more technology and tried it again. They could have done it 30 years ago and still had more technology.
But I had mentioned earlier I said if I die, you know, I don't want this to happen to me. I don't want my body to be weighed. But I mean, when I die, you know, I don't want my body to go to this thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to know how much I weigh when I die. I don't want to know that.
Well, you won't.
And I don't plan on.
The other people will know. It's for the other people, not you.
You know what I mean. Yeah. I don't plan on dying until I'm 110 years old. So.
Good. That's good. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Don't weigh anything.
Yeah. So that's what the conclusion is, that the demon left the father and went into the sister. And then she died with the same exact type of cancer because the demon was that cancer. It's weird.
And I think that David had a realization here as well.
What's that?
What do you think? That he now knows that the soul doesn't weigh anything.
Right. Right. Well, they thought it was the soul. Yeah.
Walt says demons are a heavy weight to bear.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben is like, listen, we can't really, if you're going to use science, and then at some point he's not happy because Kristen's taken his side, which is the spiritual side. And that's the look they had when they saw the two fathers were going to separate parishes. He said they don't want to be in this. They're afraid of what might happen if they stay in the same parish.
Which means that the holy eminence, his eminence, probably, I was correct about him loving the older father gentleman person there, because I don't remember his name.
The Wallace Shawn character.
So basically, the Wallace Shawn character. Yes, I'm very sorry, Wallace Shawn. If you see this, I don't remember your character's name. Don't hold it against me. I'm sorry. But it wasn't only the storyline that made me no, it wasn't Frank. Frank wasn't his name. But it wasn't the story, you know, it was a great storyline between those two. But the thing that made me love them the most was the chemistry between the two actors in the scenes that they shared together.
Yeah.
Because you could tell that, in all of the scenes, you could tell that they just had a good working relationship with each other. And that's how they were able to pull off such good chemistry in the scenes.
Yeah, I agree. I like this. I thought it was a unique approach to something that maybe was forbidden, and also a unique approach to the temptation, to kind of parallel David's temptation, which is a whole other thing that's not nearly as pure. This is pure. His temptation is not pure at all. He thought he was sleeping with a married woman, and I don't know what's worse, to break your vow of celibacy with a woman that's married, or break your vow of celibacy with a demon that is masquerading as the woman that you think is married. It's bad all around. He's very impure.
Is that a question that I can provide an answer to?
Oh, I don't know. This to me is wholesome. Like that's pretty wholesome. And the fact that they
Okay,
made
well
this decision, they actually made
let
this
me
decision. They
let me actually
realized
try
that.
to answer that real quick.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
You know, in a way, I think that you know what I think people should be able to do whatever they want as long as they don't hurt other people. You know, so
Yeah.
if they want to be together, you know, just make sure the Catholic Church doesn't find out, and you're good. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I
mean,
wonder
come
at this
on,
point if they would
right?
even care. Honestly, as long as look the other way, be like, all right, as long as you're not being a p word, which is more of a problem right now. But yeah,
Yeah.
maybe they look, or maybe they should just leave the Catholic Church and go be happy. I don't know. Since I don't understand why they don't allow priests to marry. Period. That's something I don't like about Catholicism.
Oh my
It
God.
doesn't make any
No,
sense to me.
I see. I plan on getting married one day. I really do. And like, I still believe in the institution of marriage, but people need to have whatever kind of marriage they want. Like, if you want to be with this one person, be with this one person. If you want to marry this one person, but have an open marriage, okay, but that's between the two of you. Like, don't be trying to, mess with other people's lives. Like, leave them alone.
Right. I agree.
And Walt says it is Frank Ignatius. Okay, sorry about that, Walt.
Frank is
missed
the other. No, Frank isn't Wallace Shawn, right? That's the other father, because we were talking about Wallace Shawn. That's the father that belongs to the parent, His Eminence.
Walt says no open marriage in Catholic Church. Yeah, I was speaking generally, like in any kind of just marriage, not like Catholic Church marriages. Like it's between the two people that are in the marriage about what kind of marriage they want to have. Oh.
Before we get there, Leland is just done with.
They're worried what will happen if they stay.
All right, Leland
Yes.
is done. He's done.
Do we
They're all
have this?
talking to him
Do we have this clip?
No, I don't. But he basically takes the phone, he shakes it, and he throws it down. He's like, "Kids." Yep, Leland. Look, man, you careful what you wish for, because you got what you wanted. You wanted to talk to the kids. There you go. That's great.
Yes, I loved it. I love that scene because he was like fucking kids and everything, and it just. Walt says
Frank.
yes. Wallace is Frank. Okay.
But he called the other priest
Okay.
by his first name, and the others didn't know him by his first name, so he kept saying his name.
His Eminence.
Yeah.
But this Leland in this episode was my favorite.
Yeah, I liked him in this episode. I like him in every episode, though. But this one,
I think that David needs to. Yeah, David needs to do some arm hair maintenance, though. He's got a little too out of control.
Arm hair? Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. No, like his underarm hair needs a little bit of maintenance.
Oh, he had armpit hair.
Yes. Yeah.
I did not even notice. So this Kristen, the snake woman, I don't know what to call her. We need to call her something, but she's back.
Medusa.
Okay, this is Medusa Kristen. She's back, and I don't know. She's definitely coercing him. It's not 100%.
Oh, she's a succubus then.
It's borderline consensual. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if it's 100% consensual. Here,
See,
and then
with David
this is
Walt,
the worst part.
no, nobody
Wax
waxed the
nipple?
nipples, Walt.
So this is Sister Gertrude?
Yes.
Well, why is she there?
I don't know. Why does she have an eye patch over her eye like that?
She had an eye patch before.
I know, but
that was
she's
part of her
dead.
condition.
She's not supposed to.
She had an eye
I
patch when
know,
they
but
took her
she's
in.
dead.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I think
but
they needed to put that there so we would know who she was.
oh, okay, okay, all
She
right.
had
I
an eye
get you
patch
there.
when they took her in. Yeah, when they took her in, she had the eye patch.
Walt agrees
Sounds
with
like
me.
a
Thank you,
succubus.
Walt. About yes, thank you, Walt. I appreciate that.
What? The succubus? It sounds like a succubus.
Succubus. Yep.
I guess that's what, yeah. That's his George.
Oh
right?
no. No.
Yeah.
Well,
Except
yeah,
George
but
never
no.
actually did anything. I mean, he kind of tried. Or maybe he did kind of
I
do
think
that with Kristen a little. They did mess around a little bit.
oh
He
my
was
God,
messing around with
Demon
her.
Gertrude likes to watch.
I don't know why she's there. I think the whole succubus thing is supposed to also represent temptation, because it's all about his temptation and not giving into
Just
his urges.
Just wait until she grows a tail.
Gertrude?
No, Kristen. The demon Kristen.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Not a succubus.
Oh, Walt, come on.
I can't with him.
You've been married to him for 24 years. He's so funny, though. You know.
Yeah, when he's not making inappropriate jokes.
And you're right. I do think that David waxes his nipples.
Wait, no. What? Why would someone no?
In one
Why
of his
would he wax
earlier
his
comments,
nipples
he
and
said,
not his arm hair?
I don't know.
Dude, no. No one in their right mind would wax their nipples. Who grows hair on their nipples?
Not me, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, you have other problems if you're waxing your nipples. Well, I don't want to body shame I don't want to body shame anyone. So, everyone's in really great shape, and I'm not. So I'm not going to say anything about body hair. But I really like this episode overall. I have a lot of questions, but there was never any moments that I thought were boring or filler.
Oh no. Yeah. What were your questions that you wanted? What were the questions that you wanted answered, though, and that you hope we get answered in future episodes?
Manscaping choices have consequences, like elections. Gotcha. Well, there's a lot. There's a lot. We don't know what Cheryl is exactly and what she's doing and what her dolls represent. We don't know anything about those infusions, what they were. Does Leland still have bodies in his little closet that he's using to bleed out? And, he has all these different blood baths that he needs to take in order to maintain his powers, his strength. There's a lot. What happened to the boy that ate the other guy that was on the table at the party?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to find the answer to that question. I think that they're going to leave that unanswered for us.
Well, they better bring some of it back, because they're already hinting to this whole daffodil thing. They can't just get rid of daffodil. And now that Is the storyline of Leland talking to Lexi online done? He's gonna try to find another avenue, another method to make contact with her.
But even with online, it's still prohibited for him to have any kind of contact with her because of the restraining order. So even that could have gotten him picked up by the cops. But he took that risk because he wanted to. I don't know what he was trying to do, but I think he needs to stop and move on with it because it's just not going to work. Kristen is more likely to kill him before she lets anything happen to Lexus.
Yeah. And remember, Cheryl threatened him. She said she would cut his thing off if he hurt her grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she said that to him in the end of last season. She would cut his thing off. She threatened him at that party.
Yeah. And at that point in that scene, when they entered the room with the naked guy with the grapes on his junk, I don't think we already knew that they were coming back for another season, but what they didn't know is that they were going to be on a streaming service. And when they did the behind the scenes, they had hinted at maybe if they had been on a streaming service earlier, we could have seen more racy stuff, or lacy stuff.
Right, yeah. Yeah, they went back and put all this extra stuff in and post-edit. They started putting a little more edgier stuff. So, but now they're like, hey, we got this. We can say,
oh yeah,
mother effing, you know what, sucker. Season 2 has Kristen fighting off demons. Now they're focused on David. Well, initially, David's demons were Leland, so I don't know what's going on now. David's had his own. I think we saw a trailer. They have some stuff they're going to bring in the RSM fertility storyline. We're going to see a lot of stuff, so I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, a lot of stuff that we've seen in the past. They're going to address some things. What? Bangers and mash?
I'm afraid that what? Bangers and mash. What does that mean?
I have no idea. At least he didn't start talking about the Letterman show in the middle of the thing again. Like what?
We love you, Walt. We do. We love you.
Speak for yourself. I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
You've been with him for 24 years. I hope you love him.
Yeah, I do.
Well, good. But I think that this season is going to involve more of the girls. I mean, sure, every episode in the season did, but it's going to give them more involvement.
Good. I'd like to see that.
Yeah. I just don't want to see them put in any kind of danger.
They're going to be in danger, but I just want to know what's up with Lexi's teeth because they still haven't told us that. They still haven't talked about that.
They kind of abandoned that storyline though, because after she bit off the dentist's finger, they just told her to go home, and then that was it.
Yeah.
That's I just bit off somebody's finger, but they just told me to go home, like it was cool.
No, like the teeth are still there. Like she hasn't looked at them in the mirror, but
yeah, I think they're gonna have to use. I think that they're gonna have to use heavier sedation on her to get them out, to get them to come out more.
I don't think they're going anywhere.
Oh, you don't think so?
No. Maybe she'll be a vampire by the end of the season. I'm kidding.
That would be a little bit much, even for this show.
Yeah. Maybe she should bite someone else though. Oh, I know who you want her to bite.
Who do I want her to bite?
Andy.
Yes, I hate Andy. And somebody in the group said that, oh, she's glad he's back. No, I want him gone.
Why do you not like him so much? Why
Because
you just like
okay,
him?
here's the problem with Andy. Like he goes off climbing like okay, he's a schmuck to start out with. Okay, and I don't like schmucks. Okay, and okay, he's a schmuck. And he goes off climbing for months and months and sends her money. That's cool. I'm fine with that. But then he comes back and he questions her parenting style. Okay, so where have you been and why are you questioning her parent style like a dick? Why are you being a dick to your wife?
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I think, does he really question her? Yeah, he was kind of, he was just being a little whiny. I don't know. He can be a little whiny.
And then he has the audacity to accuse her of having sex with both Ben and David in the last season.
Did he accuse her flat out, or was he just asking? He was just like asking.
Oh, he asked
prodding,
her.
right?
He asked her. Oh yeah, he was prodding, but he asked her, "Did you have sex with Ben or David?"
No, but that guy Graham, that was his name, Graham. Yeah, that guy from the Church of Satan.
Yeah.
I had sex
But
with
she
the
did.
satanic church leader.
She did admit that in her little Buddhist writing
Yep.
that she dipped in the oil. That was literally the dumbest thing I'd ever seen.
I mean,
but we never got to see.
I don't know if it's any
Go ahead.
dumber than the whole communion thing, if you really think about it, because communion and confession and all this other stuff, it's ritual stuff. I don't know if
The
it's
body
that
of
different.
Christ.
Yeah, I mean, when you break it all down, it's like, what? I mean, hey, dude, whatever you believe in, just go do it. I'm fine with it, but like, whatever, if that's what you need to do.
Okay, so what is communion anyway? Like, what are they putting in your mouth? Like, that's what I want to know.
It's usually pita bread. It's like really thin pita bread dipped in wine. Yeah, or like a cracker. Or I guess the Catholic Church have these little wafers. They're like really thin, round wafers. But I don't know.
So
Like
why do they call
my dad's church had pita. It was good. Like they had these little plastic bags they came in. I just like they handed them out, and I just was like, I was little, and I just was like, oh, every time they handed them out, I would just eat it. I was like, and then you'd have to go up. Not everyone would go up for the communion thing, and then you dip it in the wine, and then you eat it. But like, I was like, I just saw it, and I was like, give me more. And then there were other people that had extras that weren't going up, and I was like, give me those. I'm going to eat them.
I think Walt might be yelling at us right now. He's typing in all caps, going, "House, we need some hummus."
That we'd have downstairs after the ceremony, after the service. We'd have the hummus in the basement of the church for his church, because it's a Middle Eastern church. It's Armenian. We eat hummus. So wrapping this up, I don't know if is anyone else left except for Walt. I'm not seeing a lot of comments left. I don't know if Don is still with us. We may have even scared off Don.
I don't know. I hope we did. I hope I didn't scare anybody off.
Well, a wall went running out, but it was himself. He scared himself off. So there was that. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, the other question that I have was why? Yeah, I want to know what's up with Gertrude. Is she going to be creeping around all the time now? Is she going to be watching every time?
Well,
or was she just there that one time and she's gone? Is she going to come back?
I mean, they wouldn't have done that if she was just going to vanish.
So every time he's with the succubus, we're going to see Gertrude?
Probably.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I would think so.
I think that would be a good deterrent. I don't know. I think that's actually not a horrible thing. That would be a good deterrent. Or just make it a hell of a lot easier.
Walt says there is a 4TG, a fourth. What does that mean? Oh, one-eye Gertie.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
And he said bangers are sausages, and I have no idea what sausages had to do with it either. I know what bangers are. I don't know why he brought up sausages.
All right, guys. So
Well.
that was.
Well, this has been fun.
We'll be
Walt
back next
was here and he's
week.
gone. Yeah, Walt was here and he's gone. I don't know if he'll be joining us next week or not. But we're gonna do Sunday night, right? Or we're gonna try and do Sunday night.
We're gonna do Sunday night, yes.
Okay.
Yes, we will be back Sunday night, same time, 9 p.m. Central. 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central. Sorry, I'm on Central Time. She's on Eastern
9
Time.
p.m. Eastern Central Time, Eastern Standard Time, EST. Yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
So we'll be back in live form. So Walt, you can always hang out in the comments like a little demon if you want, or you can come in frame and be with Larisse.
I think he might be better off in the comments for not making inappropriate jokes. That way we can't say it was us. Although Walt, maybe you should come under your regular account, not LMAO. LMAO NYC is our improv show. So he's signed on as that.
Don't do that one.
Well, that's what he's doing. He's talking about Gertrude and nude bodies. Like, none of these are even like you're just randomly spouting words now. Nude body, one-eyed Gertie, Gertrude, fourth. There is a 4TG. What does this even mean? We need hummus. That's your sound effect. I thought that was Walt coming into our coverage. Like, what? Why? What? Like, literally, what did he say? Hosts, we need some hummus. There's a 4TG fourth, one-eyed Gertie, rude nude body. I like commenting George here. Okay, all right. It's probably best if he stays in the comments, because like he has no filter sometimes. You never know what's going to come out of his mouth, and I'm just like, oh my god, that was totally inappropriate. That one joke, I was like, we're not going to joke about that. It's true.
I got caught off guard, so that's yeah.
It's true. They talked about it on the show, but it's also not funny. It's messed up. This way, I don't need pants. You know what? You know what?
Larisse, maybe we should cut the live stream.
No, we have to keep people entertained. Don is still watching now.
Don is still watching?
He is. I don't know. It says we still have 5 on, but we've been on for 2 hours. So we've been on a long time, and Walt's talking about dead body being nude. What? Okay, yeah, that is creeping me out. You have to warn me before you go start doing those weird sound effects. Dead body was nude for feast. All right, we were talking about that 20 minutes ago. Why did you?
Okay.
Would you
wait? Wait.
What?
So what? Okay. So I don't know what he's doing. But
I don't know either.
The one question I have, I have many questions about this episode, but overall, as the arc of the season, is Ben going to have his experience with Abby again, with the demon Abby?
Yeah, and Vanessa, they were starting to get back together, right? Are we going to see Vanessa?
Well, we never figured out what happened to Vanessa because the sister took over. Remember?
Yeah, that's true.
The Vanessa is not my sister kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, Vanessa's gone. You're right. What happened to Vanessa? We never learned that.
No, they left
Vanessa?
us hanging with that.
She's in that little like spirit realm. We don't know where she is. There's a delay. Okay. Well, I don't know. Okay. Well, we'll do Sunday night at 9 Eastern time, and we'll come back and we'll talk.
Yes. Wonderful. Yes, and we'll discuss the episode in detail. We'll try to keep things a little bit more on topic next week's episode. Or this week's episode, sorry.
No, we don't make any guarantees.
But I think that's why people come to us, though. They want to have fun, and we're fun, you know?
Yeah, I hope so. We can, Walt, you're welcome to come back, but if you can't just get up and leave in the middle, that's maybe you stay. Vanessa split. All right, guys. We will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye, guys. All right.